What is going on, y'all? Welcome to Sensitive Diva podcast with your girl Ash, and we are in episode 4. Episode 4 on April, the 4th month. My birthday's the 4th. I live in Atlanta. 404 day. It's gonna be a great week. It's gonna be an amazing week. It's gonna be an amazing week. It's gonna be an amazing month. Hello, hi. I have so much to talk about, y'all. I have so much to talk about. First things first, though. Trey Songz is a predator. I said it. When's the first time you saw him? Maybe like in high school? His braids have been the same length. If that is not an indication of how much of an evil weirdo this man is, I don't know what. Because God's not going to let you let your hair grow if you're a bad person. That's how I feel. Honestly, he's probably bald as hell. And we just don't know. They're lace front braids. But he's a weirdo. Did y'all see the video of him? Did you see the video of him literally in the club? And don't get me started on him singing JT's song, but certain parts, like, bro, American Psycho. He's American Psycho. It gives the vibes. We should have listened to Kiki. And the reason why I'm saying this is I watched American Psycho for the first time this week, working from home. Got it in the background. And does the plot surprise me? No, of course not. Look who it is. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. We know that's their culture. But it did freak me out. In certain parts, I was confused because I'm like, why is he doing this? What weird trauma? Like, what's his background? Who's his parents? Why is he like this? Where is he from? I want to know more of what got him to being here. But my favorite part was when the obviously gay man is in the bathroom. And the American Psycho dude, like, comes up to him with a leather glove. And all dude's like, finally, I've been waiting for you. And he's disgusted. He's like, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. This man thinks I'm gay. Out of all the things that you're worried about and you could be upset about and freaked out, homophobia is always going to win. I thought that was hilarious. I didn't get the whole... Maybe some white boy shit. I don't understand that whole business card thing. When's the last time you gave someone a business card? Honestly, truly, let me put y'all men onto something. If you gave a woman a business card and not be like, what's your Instagram? Or what's your, what do people say in their 30s? I don't know. What do you guys be doing? Or what's your number? I think we say number. I think Instagram. I don't know. But if you gave a business card, you might get a call back. You just might. You might get a text. Make it a cute card. I bet you. It'd probably be on someone's TikTok, which I want to talk about something. And tell me if I'm in the wrong. So, I think it was over the weekend, you know, on TikTok, where if there's a girl, she's on a dating app, and it's this trend of showcasing, like, people that you swipe with and everything like that. In this case, she basically was trying to look up old dude's Instagram and see any more information. Because, you know, people lie on Hinge. They just lie. So, this is not my first time seeing someone that I know personally on one of these. So when I saw him, I was like, I know this person. I know him. And I was like, I gotta tell him. My dumb ass made a comment like, I know him personally. But then I scrolled through. There were other people like, oh my gosh, I know him. I know who this is. I'm like, okay, cool. So if they're seeing him, they're going to say something. Okay. So I message him. And I'm thinking like, it's gonna take that long. We haven't talked in like a long time. And I message him. It's like, seen. No response. Dots. No response. I'm like, oh shit. He's just like, I think he said, wow. Let me go look. Let me see what he said. I think he might have put the sad face, but he was not feeling that shit. And I go back to TikTok, right? Why is the girl messaging literally minutes later? It's like, don't tell him we match. I was like, oh shit, I did tell him. But I did tell her because obviously I don't know, lady. I know there's girl code, but girl, please. So I go and let me see. Did he respond? How long? He didn't respond. Oh, he just put a sad face. He didn't even respond, y'all. He just put a sad face. And I'm like, it's not bad. It's cute. Like, trying to hype him. Like, it's okay, friend. That's okay. That your business is out on social media and it kind of went viral. But people, am I in the wrong? Be honest, for telling him. If there were multiple people in the comment section saying it too. I don't know. I feel a little bit bad. But here's the thing. I don't feel super bad because I know people are like, oh, that's girl code. I don't know her. Second part is I'm going to put my little, communications hat on. When you put something in the public space, anyone is able to comment on it. That's it. That's rules and regulations. Sorry. And I didn't say anything ignorant. I didn't say anything mean. But I did let the person I know personally, your business is out online. Because here's the part. I have no problem with people being and doing whatever they want on social media. It is a little weird that you're posting other people who probably might not be comfortable letting others know that they are on a dating site. And some people are like, well, everyone's on a dating site. Yeah, but some people don't want their business on a social media platform for millions to see. So they choose for it to be on Hinge or Tinder or whatever it means. But I did feel a little bit bad. And I just feel like if you don't want no one to comment about or see the person that they know personally in their businesses out there, then don't post it. That's all I'm saying. Speaking on social media, I came across a music video with Caribou's non-rapping ass and Anicia along with Glorilla. It's the Never Need song, right? I know I'm about to be 32 on Friday, and I'm an aunt, but I'm not hella auntie who's disconnected to some songs. So when I heard it, I was like, is she finna get on the beat? Is the beat, where are we going? Where are we going with this? Caribou, Anicia, I don't know, and I'll be honest, it's given very much, I'm just light-skinned, and I was able to be here because I'm light-skinned, because that shit was straight ass. I was horrible. And we're going to play a little bit so you can see what I'm saying.
Know that when I clap back, they gon' wish they never spoke. Nigga press to get me back, say you tryna talk it out. Running laps around these hoes, it feel like I'm working out. I ain't never need a nigga for a goddamn thing. Need a nigga for a goddamn thing. Never need it.
And let me tell you something. Was I gardening at the time when I heard this song? Yes. And when I'm gardening, Lil Uzi be making sense. This didn't hit. This did not hit. When I tell you, it was like skip. Like it wasn't on the beat like how it should have been. And I'm like, am I tripping? So I waited and I re-listened to it when I wasn't gardening. And it still doesn't give. And I don't understand what the lore is behind Caribou. I'm going to give Anicia another try. But Caribou, I don't know who her daddy is. I don't know who her mama is. I don't know who she used to be with. I know she was connected to Lil Yachty. And at the way that they reacted when they fell out, it gave very much they was dating or doing something because it was way too emotional. Could have just been their friends too at the same time. But I don't understand it. I don't. And I'm going to tell you what I mean because you can tell the difference. And then we gonna play Glorilla and you're going to hear the difference. Exactly what I'm talking about.
Bitch, go outside instead of spying on these niggas. Bitch, I'm a boss. I ain't relying on these niggas. To be honest, I'll never stop lying to these niggas. Oh my mom, young turn bitch, ain't never been no fucking league. I ain't looking for no husband. I just want a free.
Y'all feel me? You understand what I'm saying? When I say if they ever gonna get on the beat, there's one main beat. It's like boom, 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 boom. Then you got another one. You have multiple beats to pick from while rapping. And it depends on, okay, what flow am I going to go with? What word am I going to use? How am I going to say it this way? If I pull back a little bit. And Glorilla, no shade, Alti is a real rapper. She from Memphis, Tennessee. She gets down on these tracks and you see it every single time. She's big boss, 1,000% every single time that she gets on a track. But these other young ladies, again, I'm going to give Anicia another try. I might be the one who needs to just, eat my own words. But Caribou's ass, I said it. And I just want to say this. Again, this part might be the auntie me not really being, coming to a, whatchamacallit, realization that the songs that I grew up on, yes, girl, they gon' try and remix those. I don't like when they sample songs and they don't give me nothing different. Make me not know what I'm listening to, but I know what I'm listening to when I get to the chorus. Or you feel me, the beat that comes in the beginning, because you just giving me the song and you ain't even rapping on it the right way. I can go listen to the first one, the original one. You put your trust in it. I'd rather hear that anyways. I was rapping it over the girls who can't rap in the first place. I was rapping over that song. So I don't know. Maybe I gotta listen to different artists, but they losing Yunty. They're losing me. I want to get back on track, but they are losing me. So with it being 404 Day, you got Atlanta's Day, you got Ash's Day, and I was like, why not talk about my growth within radio? And I had a little bit of tea about KS 175, but I stopped, and I'm scrapping that whole episode, and we're going to talk about Atlanta. And the reason why I want to talk about it is I came down here in 2014 to visit my best friend at the time. We had always talked about coming down to Atlanta because Atlanta has influenced so many states where Black people live, specifically when it came to music. I remember the Soulja Boy era. I remember that music coming out of Atlanta. Yeah, in Denver, we got a little bit late, but we still got it. The influence Atlanta, Georgia has is immaculate. And when Outkast and them said, the South got something to say, the South has something to say, and they did not let up off of us, and they still continue. And the reason why I'm so passionate about Atlanta and the culture and the history and being a transplant and having that respect is because I know what it's like for people to come into your community and try to change the culture and the history because they don't see themselves in it, specifically Denver, Colorado, because no one wants to talk about it. Colorado was popular, had the hit scenes, had the music scenes, the DJs, the promoters because of Black Coloradians. That is a fact. These transplants who look nothing like us got and felt a certain type of way to the point that they were wanting to literally shut down clubs. You remember Cold Crush? Everybody's like, oh, it's because of this and that. No, babes. No. That whole place now is predominantly white with a sprinkle of Black people who have to go and jump through hoops, even though that area, the little 5 points was for us. But now the white hipster transplant people, because again, they did not see themselves, felt awkward, wanted to change shit, and they did. And this is where we're at. I'm still thankful that the community is still there and the culture is still there. And you guys have been doing good at trying to protect it. But you can only do so much when we ourselves can't even live in the state that we were born and raised in, right? A lot of transplants are being pushed out of Colorado because it's expensive. With that being said, I get passionate when I see transplants in Colorado taking the culture, flipping it, specifically Black transplants, and not giving the respect to that culture that made it okay for you to even move to Denver, Colorado. You were able to be a content creator because of the Black people who made those spaces safe for you. That is a fact. When I tell y'all, I never see transplants on social media give the credit where credit is due to Black communities and Black culture in Colorado. You ignore them and you make these wild ass excuses as to why you don't see the cultures because you choose not to. And y'all shit on our culture and you shit on our state. And you never want to be in places with the local people. There are transplants who respect it, but obviously they respect it because they've been in this situation as a transplant, as a native themselves within their hometowns. So I get very, very protective into people when it comes to being a transplant in a city that is not yours, which brings us back to Atlanta. You as a Black person, no matter where you're at, cannot say Atlanta did not influence you, not one bit. Because when it comes to fashion, they did that. When it comes to music, they're still doing that. When it comes to the media, when it comes to entertainment, they are doing that. That is a fact. So when I saw a post from Bim Joyner, okay, he's talking about the sneaker, and I'm gonna read this to you guys, okay, because I opened up the comments, and this is where the problem starts. I opened up the comments, and let's just talk about it. So Bim Joyner, I guess based off of this post, is one of the people that helped produce the 404 Day sneaker with Adidas. And if you guys don't know, 404 Day is basically it's Atlanta's Day. The 404 is the area code of Atlanta based off of what the natives have told me. That was the original area code, so you know what it is. The shoe is 10 out of 10. If you know anything about Atlanta being here, the signature colors are black, gold, and red. their their sports teams are red, black, and you got a little bit of gold. So those are the signature colors. When you think of Denver, Colorado, you think of that blue, you think of that orange. Okay? That's what you think of. You think of that purple, you think of that black. You think about sports teams. And Atlanta, I think there's other places, but I ain't a sports girly, so I'm not going to know. Atlanta has that signature color when it comes to their sports teams, even Atlanta United. I give props to them when it comes to marketing for their sports teams. So the shoe is 10 out of 10. I don't know the type of shoe like Adidas one, but it's a classic Adidas. There is the ATL the logo ATL on the back of the shoe. You got 404 day and go. The Adidas logo is replaced by a peach, and you got gold grills on the front where the Adidas tag usually would have been, and then you have on the side a 404 day license plate. This shit look hard as hell, bro. A shoe with grills that says ATL, 10 out of 10. And then the inside of the soles is the map of ATL. Whoever did this did an amazing job. And the post itself, we're going to get into it. You can tell Bim felt a certain type of way because I guess there must have been some type of like drama behind this. But let's just read I'm just going to read the title, okay? Quote, well, we took a shot for Atlanta at a time where literally everyone has an opinion, as we all should if you are from here or currently live here, on what the city is and what it isn't, what it was, currently is, and what it seems to be becoming. Since America internationally is known by the bookends of New York, LA, with a dash of Chicago, Miami, and the Texas brand, we ATLians are constantly fighting for respect for our brand from other corporate brands. It's even harder to do so without clear branding messaging and storytelling due to our immersed growth patterns over the last 30 years, or so, as well as unique race class dynamics. And he shouts out a lot of the 404 people who like, okay, Discover Atlanta and everything like that. And he says, and many others who continue doing the work of showing my Atlanta influences everything. And shout out to the Athlete's Foot and Adidas for believing in ATL. Looking forward to celebrating with everyone this week and beyond. So basically, he is the one for Atlanta influences everything. And that is 1,000% true, bro. Y'all really gonna have me hyped right now. I'm not from here, and I know the influence Atlanta has had. New York fell off. When's the last time you heard some good shit come out of New York that don't sound like some arcade music? Let's be for real. So I have found the original conversation from Atlanta Influences Everything. They were tagged in, and why the hoopla is where it is over some shoes, and why I am so irritated with the whole situation. The first quote we have is from Brandon Butler of Butter ATL. Quote, Atlanta doesn't always get to tell its own story. So when approached about designing a shoe for the culture, by the culture, we took it to heart. We made sure every detail in the shoe was true to Atlanta. End quote. Second quote comes from Jaw Rawlings from Finish First Marketing Agency. Quote, we wanted to create something unique that not only represents the city, but its deep heritage, hip hop, and culture. We can't wait to deliver the shoe to our city. End quote. And the third one, William Bam Sparks from Trap Music Museum. Quote, Atlanta has always been the culture, and 404 Day is our time to show it. Designing a sneaker for the city meant tapping into that energy, the stories, the style, the pride. Every detail speaks to what makes the A legendary. End quote. Another one by Tori Edwards, I thought was the last one, by Atlanta Influences Everything, where I'm getting this information from. Quote, the 404 Collective partnering with TAF and Adidas is important because authenticity is important. We saw this as an opportunity to tell all honest story about the city that influences everything. End quote. End quote. End quote. End quote. End quote. Everything that they're saying is correct. Adidas has worked with 404 before. And the fact that we have a bomb-ass shoe that does showcase the culture of Atlanta, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10. And we have people, black people, in these spaces doing this for Atlanta. I'd be damn if I seen a white boy talking about, oh, we gonna make a shoe for a 404 Day. Brandon, go back with the dogs and sit there, okay? Because at the end of the day, I don't care what no one says. Black people, Black African Americans, Black culture is pop culture, and it is the culture we see here in Atlanta. Atlanta influences everything. And coming from Denver, Colorado, and being in the media world, and specifically with Black people, we already know we can be some of our own worst critics. And when it comes to media, it's like, bro, everybody feels a certain type of way about some. I don't like this. I don't like that. So that's normal, right? That's natural. I get that. But the issue I have is the amount of ATLians feeling a certain type of way. And there's one specific person we're going to talk about because his whole response is what really threw me over the edge. Is like, I've got to do my 404 day for 404 day. So I'm looking at this, and there's someone called, I don't know, even going to put his name out here. One of the comments was like, dope shoe, but Adidas was more of a New York staple than Atlanta. Makes more sense to go with another brand that was more of a staple in Atlanta, like maybe Fila or Reebok. If you don't get your old ass out of here, what are you talking about? I understand you think you a old ball nigga. Still in the club. Click your picture. You got bell bottoms on and you dyeing your beard knowing you damn near 60 years old. Get out the club with your old ass. Sitting up here mad because don't nobody want. When the last time you rocked some Reebok? When's the last time you rocked Reebok? I'm on your page and you ain't got no Reebok. You got bell bottoms on. You got tight YN outfits on. You ain't dressing like your age, dog. I'll tell you that much. Because I don't see no Reeboks. I don't see no Filas. So who gonna wear a Fila Reebok 404 day shoe, bro? Come on now. So the whole comment section as I'm reading, you got your basic haters, which I just went off on and all that. But there's a lot of sneakerheads where a lot of the upsetness comes from because it's a shell toe Adidas shoe. Okay, I guess. All right. Talking about that shoe specifically does not correlate or relate to Atlanta because we've never worn that. Okay. Okay, sure. So Nike did a 404 day shoe, and I don't know if it was 2016 or 2015, but I Googled it, and let me tell you, those things are ass. If I look at this shoe, I don't think Atlanta. It's gray. It's the cool gray color. You got your red, but it's not even the signature red of Atlanta. The signature red of Atlanta is a very dark blue red. Like, you know that red. You see it on their sports team. And then it gives a little bit of an orange red, another orange, and an orange. When the hell, where are we getting the orange from? Georgia Peach? It's not giving. The Air Max that they did for 404 Day, I could be upset about that. Okay? I get it. It doesn't make sense. But the ones that they are producing for 404 Day with Adidas, it looks good. It looks good. So I don't understand the weird, unnecessary hate. But let's dive into the comment that really pissed me off. Now, I'm going to read this. And I don't think he read it before he typed it. But it's Instagram. We're going to give him grace. So bear with me. Quote, "It's not about taking shots at all. What my problem is the lack of including the youth. It just screams old Atlanta. That the city just isn't that no more. We can't get a Falcons win to save our life. So I'm tired of cater of black and red. We are more than two colors. We are more than grills. This could really have been something greater than great if you tap in with the whole city. We love the iPhone so much because Steve Jobs asked for so much input for everyone." Should have said from. "I respect everyone first and foremost that had a hand in this. My immaturity online got the best of me. But as someone that's been putting on for Atlanta since taking photos at Green Bear Flea Market, it would have been cool to show the world why there's not places like Atlanta." That's what you want to say. "A place like this can't be described with two colors." Okay then. Okay, let's dive into this, okay? I went to the man's profile, and I know about like 4 other men that match the same aesthetic that he has. So I already know what it is. It is a man who thought he was popular enough, well-known enough, because he's in these rooms with all these big famous people and whoever, and he just thought, well, why didn't y'all call me? Why didn't you call me? I feel a certain type of way, because that's what the comment gives. And I don't like that. And the fact that he kept bringing up old Atlanta and kept bringing up new Atlanta. Let me tell you something. There is no new Atlanta without old Atlanta. Paying homage to a community that got y'all to be able to be in these positions that you're at, because no one wants to talk about that. The creativity, the music scene, the fashion scene, it all happens because there were other people before us who created those spaces for us. They didn't just pop up. So you're able to go and do all these random house music events and do photography here and do arty-farty stuff here and make a bag off of that shit because of the people before you. There's nothing wrong, and you should pay homage to people who got us to where we're at here in Atlanta. That's just a fact. With that being said, I just want to say thank you to all the people before me who have made it possible for me as a media girly, a content creator, a creative, to be able to pursue my passion here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm going to be 1,000% honest. Without Atlanta, there would be no Ash Bash. Atlanta did influence everything, and I want y'all to know your reach has reached very far, and I will give credit where credit is due. And I'm so appreciative. And I protect Atlanta 10 toes down because I know how it is to see your city get gentrified by people who don't respect it. People who don't pour back into the community, that want to change things. And I'm so thankful. Atlanta does a great job at protecting the culture and the history and the heritage. Even though we got some folks out there selling out the community, that's another conversation. I am appreciative. I thank y'all. Atlanta does influence everything. I can't wait for 404 Day. We finna go up. And with that being said, my Venmo is... I'm just kidding. But no, for real, if you guys do want to send me some money for my birthday, I'd be greatly appreciative. Okay, your girl's going out the country. So I'll take every little dollar, little dime that I could get. But again, thank you, Atlanta. Happy 404th Day. Thank y'all for listening to my podcast, The Sensitive Diva. We're going to be back. Maybe it'll be next week. I'll tell y'all the whole story about how I lied about my radio career when I got down here since it's already recorded. But I just want to say thank y'all. And don't forget to leave a comment, like, repost, and tell folks to come listen to your girl's podcast. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.